I called you in because... Well, I don't want to sound unsympathetic, but I know you, Joan. And I don't want a tit-for-tat war between you and Connors. There wasn't enough evidence to lay charges, so I've had to let her off with a warning. And I don't want you to go sailing in there tomorrow trying to get your own back. Fair enough?
Yes.
What do you lot want?
What's going on here?
Mind your own business.
Everything that happens around here is my business. Top dog, remember? What does it say?
The women are calling me the Phantom Lagger. I like the name. Anything of interest I discover, I'll tell you. This pig pen needs cleaning up and I'll help you do it.
Very funny.
So what are you going to do about it, Kelly? You keep telling us what a dynamite top dog you are.
Yeah, Lou, we can't have a lagger running around loose.
We won't know who to trust.
Or who to string up.
Yeah, well, maybe I've got a few ideas of my own.
Like what?
Like if Egbert hadn't told no one about that note,
I
then
didn't. I swear I didn't. Someone must have snuck into the cell and gone through my stuff.
Maybe she didn't have to sneak into the cell. Maybe she lives there.
Don't you try and pull that one, Kelly. You've been caught with your hands in other people's lockers before, Patterson.
Oh, come off it, Lurch. You owed me that money. You know it.
Yeah, very good at taking matters into your own hands, aren't you, Patterson?
Yeah, but I don't cheat and I don't lag. Especially on me mates. Hell, it was me that found the note.
Real clever. You write it and you find it. And then you pull the wide-eyed innocent bit to get the heat off yourself. I reckon it's you, Patterson. And for 2 bits, I'd string you up right now.
Watch it, Kelly. We'll blow a gasket.
Go and prove it, I dare you.
Don't worry, I will.
Oh, I hope this doesn't turn out like that beer drinking contest I saw during the war.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, there was this Tom and he was having a contest.
Trying to pin it on me.
She's using as a scapegoat.
And suddenly a codger calls out.
Can't stand the
You're
war of the
lagging,
boys.
mate. Meaning lagging behind, you know. So all of a sudden, he ups and punches the codger on the back.
What the hell? Didn't stick up for me.
Well, it turns out
You were doing all right for yourself.
when he heard the word
Besides, I want to be really sure before I say anything.
Say anything about what?
It's probably nothing.
Oh, bull it is. You know something about this lag and stuff.
I'm not sure.
Oh, come on, Chook. Stop being so bloody mysterious. If you know something, spit it out.
Look, I haven't got any real proof, but
But what? Look, I have to get Kelly off my back.
this afternoon when I went back to the cell, I found Jessie there.
Why didn't you say something?
No, she wasn't looking at my stuff, Lex. She was looking at yours.
But you could have
No,
said
it's
that.
all right. She hadn't opened your locker and she didn't act like I caught her or anything. She said she'd just come for a chat.
Knew we couldn't trust that bitch.
I really liked her at first. When they found the letter, the whole thing blew up. I don't know. I've been trying to piece it all together. And remember, she was the last one to come outside when Mrs. Morris got us out there today.
So she had time to plant the note in the freak. Chooky, you've solved it.
But why would she do it? She's only going to be in for a month.
Oh, bugger her. Problem is making sure she gets what she deserves, eh?
Oh, hello, Mr. Baker. This is Nancy McCormack here, Joe McCormack's wife, you know. Yes, I'm all right, thank you. We've had a bit of an upset here today. Yes, I'm afraid Joe's had to go to Queensland again rather suddenly, and yes, on family business. But this time it might take a little while to sort out, and he thought it wouldn't be fair to ask you to hold the job open for him while he's away. And, of course, he's very sorry not to have given you more notice. Yes. Oh, no, well, no, I'm staying here because we have a son at university and Joe thought it'd be better if I stayed here and kept an eye on him, yes. Yes, I'm afraid he was on early shift. I hope it hasn't inconvenienced you. Yes, thanks once again, Mr. Baker. Goodbye. Oh, God. Oh, God, help me. Help me, please.
Oh, Meg, how funny. You know, she sounds a bit like Pixie Mason.
Oh, Pixie was a veritable Einstein compared to Barbie Cox. I mean, she's even got Joan bamboozled.
Oh, goodness, she must be a character.
Pat Slattery overheard Joan giving her the full bit the other day.
Yeah.
Barbie took the whole blast, and when Joan finally paused for breath, she looked up at her with these big blue eyes and said, "Naughty, naughty," and wandered off down the corridor as though she didn't have a care in the world. I mean, for once in her life, Joan was almost speechless.
Oh, look, I wish I'd been there. You know, in spite of everything, I really do miss the place, you know.
I think we should all be certified. Place is a madhouse most of the time.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I couldn't think of anything else I'd rather do. Tell me, has Wilder been charged with
Come on. I'm here to cheer you up, remember?
Yes, I suppose so. But look, tell me at least how Anne is. I mean, have you managed to see her yet?
Yes, I have. And to be quite honest, I'm really worried about her.
Oh.
The women turning against her was the last straw.
Oh, but she's the best governor they'll ever have. Oh, Meg, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply that you wouldn't be doing a good job, but I just...
Oh, that's all right. I know what you mean. I just wish Anne would get away, do something different. I mean, she's just sitting in the flat feeling miserable, defeated and completely negative. I just don't know what to do with her.
Aha! Caught you? Visitors after hours again?
Oh, Doctor, you are a tease. Meg, this is Dr. Stephen Ryan. He's been very good to me.
Hello.
And this is Meg Morris, acting governor of Wentworth.
Oh, how do you do?
Do you really want me to leave?
No, she was right, as usual. Only teasing. Just popped in to say goodnight.
Oh, off duty, are we?
Oh, that's right. All of 6 hours sleep until I start again tomorrow morning. Oh, while I think of it, Mrs. Barry.
Yeah.
Do you mind putting me on your visiting list tomorrow? There's something I want to talk to you about.
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, hello, Mabel. Just wanted to check that you're coming in to see me tomorrow.
Of course I am, love. Have you met young Lexi yet?
Yes. Everything's just about as I expected it to be.
What the devil does that mean? Have you got company?
Yes, the officers are being very kind to me.
Uh-huh. What's Lexi like? Have you talked to her much?
Let's just say it won't be a pushover. Oh, some of the girls are very interested in fashion. Could you bring some glossies in with you tomorrow?
For Lexi, are they?
Yeah, that's right. I thought it might help.
Have you told her yet who you are, I mean?
Oh, don't be silly, Mabe. Of course not. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, right? Bye. Thanks, Mrs. Slattery.
Oi! This way. And then they walked off down the corridor like bosom buddies. I reckon Slattery was just playing along, you know, part of the whole thing.
Oh, yeah? And how do I know you're just not covering yourself?
Because I'm telling you, hell, what does it take to convince you I am not the lagger?
Fair enough. Maybe Wyndham is the lagger.
Yeah, maybe you'll think twice before you point the finger at me again. No harm done. Suppose an apology's out of the question. Yeah, well, what are you going to do about that fat bitch? I mean, you're always telling us you're top dog. How about we see some action, eh?
Well, I'm not doing nothing tonight. Screws will be watching their precious stoolie like a hawk. But I reckon she's going to have a terrible accident in the morning.
Coming? No, I reckon I'll hang around for the action.
Hurry up and get out of there, Cox.
Oh, just get into trouble.
Hey, get ready, she's coming.
Move it, Cox.
Morning, everyone.
G'day. How's it going?
I gotta confess it, morning's not my best time.
Oh, you're right there, Wyndham.
Oh!
Egbone and Patterson got onto your little game last night.
What are you talking about? What game?
I'm talking about you being the Phantom Lagger. And you're about to have a nasty little accident on the soapy floor.
Oh, it's not true, Lex.
Don't come crying to me, you rotten lagging bitch.
Oh, we're not going to kill you. This time.
Screw you. What's going on here? Wyndham, are you all right?
It's fine.
Have you been causing trouble, Kelly?
No. It's all my own fault. I came waltzing in and slipped on the soapy floor, head over heels.
Well, be more careful next time. Wilder, Sister Hall's waiting for you up in the infirmary, please.
I haven't had a shower yet.
Well, you can have it afterwards. Now, come on, and the rest of you, hurry up.
Listen to me. I'm no lagger.
No, of course not. No lagger ever is.
We're wasting time, Lou.
Give me a chance and I'll prove it.
Yeah, how?
Give me a day, my bona fides will be vouched for. I promise.
Okay.
Hey, I thought we were doing her now.
Well, she's not going anywhere. And if she is the lagger, that gives her 24 more hours to sweat it
Look,
out.
I reckon she's just buying for time. I say we do it now.
And I say we wait. And what I say goes. Right?
All right, wait by the door, Spencer.
Morning, Wilder. How are you today?
Better, I think.
That's good. You sorted?
Thanks.
Don't dawdle. We haven't got all day.
Peter, what are you doing here today? I thought you had an exam today.
Yeah, not till later. I just thought I'd see how you were.
Oh, I'm fine.
How's Dad?
He's gone.
Yeah, I thought he was on early shift.
No, he's gone to Queensland.
Queensland? When?
Last night.
Oh, was he really mad?
No, he wasn't too bad. He just said he'd had everything and he was going to shoot through to Queensland.
He's certainly consistent, isn't he?
Yes, except this time he said he's not coming back.
Good, I'm glad. I'm sorry, Mum. I know it's an awful thing to say, but I mean, it's the truth. Will you be okay? How are you off for money?
Yes, I'll be all right. I've got a little bit put by and well, maybe I'll get a job later.
Mum, you're gonna be fine. Job or no job, I'm gonna look after you. Starting right now.
I don't know why you backed off, Lou. We had her cold.
I told you why.
Still reckon it was the old bat.
Careful, Lex. Last night she thought it was you.
Oh, bloody hell, don't start that again.
I ain't starting anything. I'm just pointing out. Your top dog doesn't seem to be able to make up her mind.
Shut up, the lot of you. I told Wynnum to get her bona fides and she'd better get them pretty quick. Well, she's for the chop.
Talks a lot, doesn't she?
Well, I feel really awful about it. I wish I'd never said anything till I was sure, because I'm not sure.
Oh, once a wimp, always a wimp. Cut the whinging, Egbert.
I'm not whinging. Admittedly, you haven't got any real evidence. It's all circumstantial.
Oh, save the big words for your friend, the governor. Oh, I forgot she doesn't come here anymore, does she?
You mightn't be so cocky when the freak gets back.
She's back now. Well, have a nice day, everyone. The lagger, the freak still on the prowl. Your top dog's really cooking with gas.
Shut your mouth, Connors. It's your fault the freak's breathing down her necks anyway.
Oh, I'm sorry you can't hack her. The freak doesn't worry me a bit. She seems to know what lane I'm in. Isn't that right?
You don't look too good, Joan. Are you sure you should have come back to work so early?
Yeah, I'm fine. But you know as well as I do, with Morris standing in for the governor, we're going to be more short-staffed than usual.
Yeah, but we could have managed without you for a day or two. What you went through was pretty damn rough.
Well, part of the job. Main thing to do is get on with it. And I can assure you that's what I'll be doing.
Well, more credit to you, but don't overdo it.
Margaret, come to my office, please. Does anyone else know about this note?
Of course not. I brought it straight to you.
Good. Well, informers are a mixed blessing. I mean, even if the information is true, we all know what the women are capable of doing to them. We'll all have to watch this situation very closely.
I understand.
Right. Now get Eve Wilder and take her to a cell. I'll send Davis along to help you with the cell search. A by-the-book cell search, Joan.
Of course.
Search me? Whatever for?
I'm sorry, it's prison regulations.
Oh, I didn't think it would ever come to this. Her dear father would turn in his grave if he knew. She was such a beautiful little child.
I understand how you feel.
Dear little Rita, a pikey. You know, I warned her, and I pleaded with her. I said it'll end in tears, and it has. Even now, this is all she's interested in, all she cares about. You know, filthy, awful, degrading as they are. That's all she asked me to bring in. That's the only thing she wanted.
You try not to worry too much, Miss Brown, and you keep coming in to see her. I'm sure you'll get through to her in the end.
Yes, thank you.
I don't understand
You
what...
soon will. Now, let's see.
Please, this isn't fair. I'm not hiding anything.
No? Well, then, what's this? Ah, not a bad trick, Wilder. Wonder what you'll come up with next.
Oh, don't say anything. A bit closer. I want to try and guess. Oh, you're easy. It's Dr. Ryan.
You won the jackpot. How'd you know?
Oh, it's that trendy aftershave you're wearing.
You're getting too smart by far.
And how are you on this bright morning? It is bright, isn't it?
Very bright.
Good.
Are you allowed to talk to me about work? I mean, the authorities won't haul you over the coals if you talk to me about Wentworth, will they?
Oh, what particularly?
Oh, just the day-to-day life, feeling, atmosphere of the place.
Well, why do you want to know exactly?
Well, I'm training in psychiatry, and I'm doing some research into how people react to being confined.
Oh, I see. And you want to know how the women cope with their term inside?
Couldn't have put it better myself.
Well, if you've got plenty of time, I'm very fond of a chat.
Oh, fire away.
All the same, Doctor, I really don't...
Steve, please.
Steve, I could talk to you all day, but I doubt if I could make you understand or feel exactly what it's like to be inside a prison.
You have to be there, eh?
Yeah. Yes, I suppose so.
Oh, I've done some stupid things in my time, but this is
The stupidest?
No, having that brat in the first place was the stupidest.
But last night you said...
I don't care what I said last night. She's an aggressive, bad-tempered little thug.
You'll get through to her, love. It's early days yet.
I'm not sure I even want to.
Oh, that's not like you to give up. I bet the kid hasn't had it easy, you
Oh,
know.
cut the sermon, May. Doesn't suit you. Look, there's something much more important that I want you to do for me.
Oh?
Yeah, remember Lily Spencer?
That old wheeler dealer? I can hardly forget her. Do you remember what she
will
did
you
to my...
listen, May? Will you just listen?
Right, love.
She's in C block.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to go and see her today and tell her that my credentials have to be vouched for. And tell her to speak to Lou Kelly. You got the name? Lou Kelly.
Uh-huh.
And tell her it's urgent, real urgent.
But why, love? What's happened?
Oh, never mind. But if you want to save my neck, go and see Lily today. Today, right? Now, I gotta go. Thanks.
Jessie? What? You forgot the magazines.
Oh, give them to Lily.
It's typical, isn't it, dear? No pleasing them.
Auntie Ida!
Oh. So there you are, my girl. And what have you got to say for yourself?
Hello, Auntie.
I hope you're satisfied. You brought shame and disgrace to the whole family. And I told you how it would turn out. But would you listen? Oh, no. You never listen to your own flesh and blood.
I'm sorry, Auntie.
Well, you've gone your own wicked way with that gang of, no good layabouts. And I'll tell you another thing. I'll thank you to tell those friends of yours to leave your dear old auntie in peace. That no-good boyfriend of yours, he came roaring down the street. Enough to waken the dead it was. And he said to me, "Give us to Rita. Not a please, not a thank you."
Oh, he's just shy, Auntie. He wouldn't mean to be rude.
Oh, well, anyway, here they are. Look at filth by the look of them. Oh, I tell you, you can tell him for me. That's the last time I bring anything in for him. The very last time, never again. You can tell him that.
All right, Auntie. And thanks for being such a sport and bringing him in. I want an explanation, Wilder. And don't give me that innocent look, because that act won't work anymore. Why haven't you been taking your medication? And why have you been pretending that you have?
I thought that would have been obvious.
Well, why didn't you tell us?
Survival. I had to survive. Isn't that what everybody tries to do in here?
Just give Mrs. Morris a straight answer, will you?
When the women found out what I did to Mrs. Barry, I had to do something.
Go on.
Well, that's when I put on the hysterical act and had to be sedated. But I was too frightened to take the pills. I had to know what the women were doing in case they tried anything.
So the quiet, submissive little Eve we've seen in the last few days was a well-judged performance.
Yes, but I had to. Don't you understand? I'll still have to do it. Once they find out, they'll still try to kill me.
Should have thought of that before, shouldn't you?
Mrs. Morris, you don't have to tell them, do you? Tell them I'm sick. Anything.
Well, no one's going to volunteer information to a prisoner.
Of course, there is one prisoner who knows what you've been up to, isn't there?
How'd you go, Ida?
Bloody terrific. My best performance ever.
Rita get the Megs okay?
No probs. And there was this silly bugger, and she said to me, "Oh, sorry, love, I'll have to search you." Oh, God, I soon can't hear. Come on, hit the bitumen and get the bloody hell out of here. Little river.
This Joe McCormick bloke must be good in the cot for her to worry this much about him.
Yeah, probably owes them money.
Oh, or he's had it up to here with the missus and the girlfriend. Shot through on both of them. Can't stand the pressure.
No, just how the poor bugger feels.
Yeah, well, we're going to check out the wife, see if she's the dragon this Gower woman makes her out to be.
Oh, not another domestic. That's all we need. How many times she rang us now? Must be about 10.
4.
Oh, seems like 10. I bet you $10 she rings us back in half an hour.
Won't matter because we won't be here to take it. Let's go.
Well, can't I finish my coffee first, Sarge? I was just thinking about my own little girl. Met her on Saturday night. Real little charmer she is. And never been married.
I said, let's roll, Romeo.
Poor bloody Gina. She's lost all privileges for 2 weeks for pinching a bottle of meth. It bloody stinks.
Yeah, you can't bloody scratch yourself without wondering who's going to dob you in. Anyone tries it on me, I'll bust every bone in their body.
Oh, don't look at me. I'm not the lagger.
Yeah. Well, we're all watching the clock real close. And as soon as that 24 hours is up, you're going to find out what we do to lagging old fogies.
You're making a big mistake. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, well, maybe you are by acting innocent when you're not. Lex reckons she heard you dealing with slats. She might have heard right.
She heard wrong.
Exactly what did you hear? I'm real interested. You know, the details, the words she actually used.
Told you, didn't I?
You told us what you thought she said.
Yeah, well, you know, she was setting it up to see the gov in person spill her guts. That's probably how Gina got dobbed with the metho.
Why, I heard it, the screws found another note.
Well, how am I supposed to know? She's the lagger, and it's about time the top dog started doing something about it.
Maybe I already have.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just got word from Lily Spencer up in C Block. Reckon she's known Wyndham for 10 years. Says there's no way she'd lag on anyone.
She's lying.
Don't push it. Bill happens to be a very reliable friend of mine. Unlike some people around here.
Come on, she's conning you. She's pulling your leg.
I reckon you're the one stuffing us around. You and Egg Brain. So from now on, you want to tell fairy stories, you wait till you go to bed.
Oh, jeez, Lo.
Geez, nothing. The fact is, you're still a candidate for the lagger yourself.
Did Joe's boss ring you?
Just a routine inquiry, Mrs. McCormick, from a concerned party.
Who?
One of his friends. Now, would you have an address for him in Queensland by any chance?
No.
Maybe you'll be hearing from him when he arrives then.
I don't know, possibly.
You don't sound very sure.
Well, the fact is, he's left me. It was nothing new, of course. He has done it before several times.
Like to give us an idea how many?
Well, it's hard to say. Half a dozen, and it lasts anything from a few days to a few weeks.
Where does he go?
I don't know. He's never said.
Is there anyone he'd call on? A friend, a relative?
I really couldn't say, officer.
Look, is this really necessary? I mean, neither of us like being interrogated like this.
Afraid so, Sonny. You don't sound very upset about him leaving this time.
Why should you be? I mean, at least you can't lay into him if he's not here, eh?
Peter, be quiet.
And why should I? I mean, they come around here asking nosy questions about him because he's not here. But when you needed help to stop him laying into you, where were they then, eh? Oh, probably too busy. Didn't want to get involved in a domestic situation.
That is enough.
Well, we can't do much if it isn't reported to us.
If you want to make an official complaint against him...
No, that's all right, officer. It was nothing. I mean, every family has its problems from time to time.
Problems? Mum, bashing's more than just a problem.
Peter, you are exaggerating. Will you please be quiet?
Fair enough. Look, we'll see if the Queensland Police can trace him for us. If you hear from him in the meantime, just give us a call at the station.
Yes, certainly. Thank you, officer.
Mum, Something is wrong, isn't it?
No, nothing.
Are you sure? I mean, Dad was okay when I left last night, wasn't he?
Well, he must have been if he was in a fit state to travel.
I don't get it. He really did go to Queensland.
Peter, no more questions, please. I'm very tired.
But, Mum, his clothes, they're all still here.
I told you, Peter, he's gone to Queensland.
Mum.
He's...
What is it? Please tell
I can't tell you, Peter. I mustn't.
I'm your son. We share things, remember? Please tell me. Please.
Your father, he's dead.
What? No, he couldn't be, no.
It's true. God help us. It's true.
Lou, I need to talk to you.
Get lost.
Please.
But look, bitch, you're lucky you're still breathing after the way you've been crossing me lately.
I know, and I'm grateful that you haven't hurt me, but please, I need your help.
Forget it. You've well and truly cooked yours, lady.
I could be useful. You need someone like me to help catch the lagger.
And I suppose you know just how to do it, eh?
I've got a few ideas, yes.
What are you up to? You've been playing the dumb routine real well. You even had most of them fooled. So why the turnaround?
I told you I'm in trouble.
Well, you should have thought of that before you went around braining screws.
You don't understand, it's more than that. The screws found out I was hiding tablets, and now Mrs. Morris is talking about shipping me off to Blackmore.
So? Give us a wave on your way out.
Look, please, I'm a victim of the phantom lagger myself. Let me work for you. Let me help find out who it is. Look, I'll do other sort of work. I'll clean your cell and I'll get you food. I'll do anything. Just please protect me.
You'll do anything, right? All right. But just don't think you're off the hook. Because if you don't deliver, you're finished.
But, Mum, they're going to contact the Queensland police. They're going to keep searching until they find
Well, let
something.
them. They'll not find him.
But that's just it. They'll come back here till I get...
am not going to tell them what's happened.
Well, then I will.
No.
Mum, I'm not having you harassed like this. Look at you. You're a nervous wreck.
No, I'm all right.
You're not. We've got to put a stop to it.
No, Peter. I couldn't stand to see you throw your life away. It was an accident.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to tell them.
Well, then, we'll tell them I did it.
You?
You've got your whole life ahead of you. I care for you far too much to see you ruin it.
No, that's ridiculous.
Look,
I'm not going to sit back and let you take the blame.
We'll
no.
say you weren't even here when it happened.
No, it's crazy. No.
No, listen to me. If I confess, it'll be manslaughter, not murder. Now, the courts always go easier on women.
Mum, people still go to prison for manslaughter. I did it. I'm going to have to face the consequences.
There's no need. That's what I'm trying to tell you now. I saw a case today on TV. Now, a girl got released from prison because they proved she was suffering from PMS at the time of the crime.
Different.
No, not really. I think my doctor would say that I'm under stress from change of life.
Mum, I appreciate it, believe me, but it's just no use.
Peter, don't say anything. You mustn't. I love you.
But, Mum...
They won't put me in prison. They couldn't not know the other case had happened.
Yeah, but I wish I could be sure.
Well, you must be. I know what I'm doing. It'd be far more painful for me if you were in prison, even for one night.
Oh, it's so difficult to explain. You see, the women try to hide their fears of being locked away, and that's why some of them become, well, defensive.
Or aggressive.
No, well, they're not really aggressive. It's more frustration, I suppose. Oh, I don't seem to be explaining this very well at all.
No, sure, you're making good sense.
Of course, it'd be so much better if you could speak to them personally. Then you'd see what I mean about them trying to cover their feelings.
Oh, I know what you mean. I've talked to some ex-prisoners before, but unfortunately never while they've been inside.
Well, why don't you apply to the department? I'm sure they'd give you permission.
I guess I could. But you know what interviews are like. I mean, they're cold, formal.
Yes, I know what you mean.
I suppose I could go in drag and become one.
Believe it or not, someone did that once.
Hmm?
He wanted to stay so desperately with his girlfriend, he even got away with it for a few days, too.
Oh, you really do have some stories, don't you?
Oh, and hang on, I've just had another thought. My Mervyn, he might be able to help you.
What? By lending me the clothes?
Oh, No, but you see, working in the kitchen with the girls every day, he sort of sees a different side to them. They tend to relax around him.
Yeah, that could be the way to go.
Well, look, I'm sure he'd be very willing to go along with you and help you with this.
Great. Mind having a word to him next time he's in?
No.
In case I miss him.
Of course not. Off you go. I understand about you people and your beepers.
All right. See you later.
Okay, bye.
Get out of my way.
There's plenty of room.
So use it.
You're a right little bitch, you know that?
You can talk. Just because you got mates who lie for you, it doesn't prove a thing, except the dykes stick together.
You stupid little fool.
I ain't stupid, and I can spot a dyke and a lagger.
You don't know how wrong you are.
Oh, give up, fatty. You're as guilty as hell. I can't prove it yet, but I will. And in the meantime, keep your distance.
I wish to hell I'd never set eyes on you.
I knew it was wrong to hide the body, but I just panicked. I've been under a lot of stress lately.
Anyone help you? It couldn't have been easy.
Oh, no. Oh, thank you. No, I managed by myself. Well, I was so desperate, and they say that you find a strength you didn't know you had in situations like that.
What time did your son leave?
Oh, about 8.
I see, and the accident happened about...
8:39, about then.
Not long after your son went home.
Yes, that's right, Sergeant.
Was your son the reason for the argument?
In a way, yes. Well, as far as Joe was concerned, he only had one son. That was the other boy, Harry. He always used to try and belittle Peter, just to upset me. Well, this time it turned into violence. When I told him to stop saying such awful things, he lashed out at me.
And how did he manage to fall if he was assaulting you?
Well, I was trying to push him away, you know, like to try and stop him hitting me. And he must have overbalanced. He did sometimes stop off with friends to have a few drinks after work.
Are you saying it's self-defense?
Oh, yes, I could never... Look, I told you what happened. He fell and he hit his head on the coffee table. Now, I thought he was unconscious, and it took me a few minutes to realize what had really happened.
And why didn't you ring an ambulance?
I don't know. Well, he wasn't breathing, you see. I bent over him and I saw the blood on his head. And I felt for his pulse. And there wasn't one.
Well, why didn't you call us then, if it's an accident like you say?
I know I should have done, but I just haven't been thinking very clearly lately. I've got to that stage in a woman's life where everything just gets so confused.
What stage is that?
For the change of life, you know. Menopause. I've been so tense. I haven't been myself. If I had been, none of this would have happened.
What do you think you're doing?
Waiting for you. You just said the meeting would be here, didn't you?
Yeah. I just don't like anyone making themselves at home on me bed. Now get off.
I didn't know she was going to be in on the meeting.
Well, she is, so let's get on with it. Because the sooner we put this phantom lagger out of business, the sooner we can get ours started again.
Someone's got to catch him slipping info to the screws soon.
We can't wait. We got to nail her now.
Jeez, Lou, I've been racking me brains. I can't figure out a way of doing it.
It's easy. We set her up.
Yeah? How?
We leak some classified information, then sit back and let the lagger dob herself in.
How do you mean?
The information will be phony. Fake escape plan, something like that. Just enough to get the lagger to tell the screws.
Oh, you're not making any sense. How's telling everyone about a dummy breakout going to catch the lagger?
Because we tell everybody about the breakout, but we tell everybody a different version of the plan.
Oh, you mean like going over the fence or out on the garbage truck?
Exactly.
Might work.
You can't fail. You just wait and hear what the screws have to say, and we've got our lagger.
Oh, come on, you've been bloody hustling me, haven't you?
Now, why would I do that to a nice punk like yourself?
Look, you could have done me a favour and at least missed one, eh?
I tell you what, I'll do you an even bigger favour. I'll let you play with someone else. Someone you got a chance of beating.
Can't swallow your own medicine, eh, Patterson?
I like being beaten, especially when it cost me fags, eh?
A couple of spares I can lend you?
You? Be easier getting one off Ferguson.
Depends.
Yeah, on what?
Let's make it private.
Hey, watch it, this is my best garnet.
Get the funnies. I want some info.
I've already told you who the lagger is.
I heard someone's going to make a break for it real soon. I want to know who.
Don't know nothing about no break yet.
Oh, boo. Been on skip more than anyone lately. You must have heard something. The word is they're going to go for the armoury, then get a screw to get them out at night.
Told you I don't know nothing about it, but sounds pretty stupid if you ask me.
That's why I want to know. So I can stop them from getting us all into trouble.
Yeah, well, I'll keep an ear out if you hear anything. I'll let you know.
You do that.
Please, could I see my son now?
Soon. There's just a few more details I need to know.
Oh, I've told you everything I know. I must see Peter now. He'll be worried sick about me. Please.
Does your son know why you're here?
Oh, yes, I told him soon after you left, and he was so upset. That's why I must see him.
Excuse me.
Oh, right. Yes, I'm all right. I've been more worried about you now. You haven't said anything different from what we decided.
No, but I still...
No, Peter, you mustn't change the story. Not now.
I hate seeing you go through all this.
But what I'm doing's right. It's for the best, believe me.
Yeah, well, it doesn't stop me feeling rotten about it.
Don't worry. As far as they're concerned, it's all self-defense. I'm all right.
Well, how long are they going to keep you here?
Oh, I don't know. Not much longer, I should think.
Problem?
I think Mrs. McCormick left out a few things when she gave us that accident story of hers.
Seems to be working so far. Did you doubt it would? Doesn't pay to be too sure of anything around here.
I'm about this. It has to work. So long as we all remember who we've told what to. What are you looking at me for? I know what I'm doing.
You better.
I managed to get to most of the girls in the dorms. How'd you go on the record?
All but 3. But Lurchy's going to say to them after she's eaten this mug.
Yeah, and I got it all worked out too while I'm saying to him.
Rita the Beater Slasher.
Hi there, Reed. How you doing?
Slasher, you old bugger. Couldn't have done better myself. Geez, I tell you, you were nearly gone that time. You okay?
Real good. How's it going in there?
Oh, getting by, you know. Place is full of nothing but screeching Sheilas running around having a go at each other.
Are you taking good care of yourself?
Of course I bloody am. Hey, you got someone filling in for me?
No, you know me, Reed. I'm a one-chick guy.
Yeah, well, you better make sure you're hanging around when this gig's over. I got a lot of catching up to do.
Sure thing, honey.
Hey, the boys missing me?
They're missing you, all right. Just ain't the same without you.
Geez, I wish I could get my bike in here. Really give it the run. There's a couple of morons I wouldn't mind putting the wind up either.
Listen, Reed, if there's anything you want us to do for you, just let us know, okay?
Yeah, sure thing, honey.
Give us a call tomorrow about the same time.
You bet, honey. Hey, have one for me, okay?
You bet, honey.
Moment of truth, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought you'd forgotten I was here. Can I go home now?
Sit down, Mrs. McCormick. We had to keep you here until we checked out some further information.
What information?
We've just been talking to your neighbours, the Gibsons.
They told us about the fight you had with your husband.
And something you said about murdering him to stop it all happening?
Oh, that was just a joke. I mean, everybody says things they don't mean.
His mistress reckons Joe came home last night to tell you he was leaving you for her.
What are you talking about? What mistress?
The one he's had for the last 12 months.
I didn't know.
You expect us to believe that? A year's a long time.
No, I swear I didn't know.
Come on, Mrs. McCormick. You plan to kill your husband for a while, haven't you?
No, I told you it was an accident. He just fell and he hit his head.
All right, if you want to play it that way. You have the right to ring your solicitor. You also have the right to remain silent. If you wish to make a statement, anything you say may be used against you in evidence at any future time.
What am I being charged with?
I thought that was obvious. Murder.
Hey, Lou!
locked at the gate near the staff room. Only trouble is, I can't remember who I gave that info to.
I can. It was Lexi bloody Patterson.
Crikey, are you sure?
I should have known she was covering.
What are you going to do to her?
What I'd do to any lagger. I'm gonna kill her.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down, but the sun